And welcome from the commentary box to our latest F1 World event. The prize today is victory, but that prize can only be won by one. And here's our track, 4.94 kilometers long, and overtaking chances into the first corner, into turn 14 at the end of the Esplanade, and now into turn 16 in the newly reprofiled sector that we first ran on in 2023. Still though, it's punishing and tough on the brakes, and the heat and humidity will take an effect on our drivers. Our drivers line up on the grid, wanting to write another chapter in their own F1 world journey. How will the story end today? Who will taste victory? We're about to find out. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, every driver certainly has their own way of preparing themselves before a race. But I can tell you that pre-race rituals are a real thing. When I was in go-karting, I used to touch every wheel in a specific sequence before I got into the kart. And then I stepped up to cars and had a specific set of fireproof base layers just for race day. So watch the drivers when they're on the grid. Some may be sitting on the floor and isolating, others may be up to other things that they do. But these little things really help their minds get ready for the race.
Now use DRS. DRS now available. Brilliant, nice move, keep going. Okay, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home. Oh yes, clean racing and you hit the target. You know I expect that now every week.
It's never easy to make it across the finish line here in Singapore, but they've done so with some style here today to take a remarkable victory.
And it's one thing to win, but to win like that in total dominant style, that was a fantastic drive, and it is not one that we see very often.
Well, I'm thoroughly exhausted after the excitement of that race, but I'm sure it's nothing compared to our drivers here. They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great to see them make their way onto the podium now.